is in a full-on suit on a scooter preaching the gospel. That is me in Walkersville.
That's crazy.
Did you see that clip?
I don't need to.
His name is Jesus. All right. Jackie Titus. We're starting a church.
How exciting.
How do you feel about it?
Like, you go first.
Let me go first. I think that is new and exciting from the perspective of being new. I think that you want to show everybody your candies.
These are some amazing jelly beans.
Oh, my land too.
Easter's coming up.
Easter. I'm excited about it. I think that it's going to be something new and fresh, which is nice. But I'm also quite nervous about it, you know? There isn't a good...
Feeling?
No, meaning there's always a risk of failure.
A failure.
Always,
You're right. It doesn't have to be a fear. It could just be a risk.
yeah, risk of failure. You know, they're stepping outside of that which is not our normal. But, I mean, the good thing is that we've really been kind of in the process of holding services in our city for the last 2 years. We have a lot of experience from that. So this Sunday is our first
Sunday.
Sunday service. So what are kind of things that you are planning and thinking about?
I'm such a bore. I'm such a bore. What am I planning and thinking about? I am overwhelmed. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking my life is crazy. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking that it's Friday
Your life ain't that crazy.
and we're headed into the weekend, and I'm glad about that. Well, I think that, you know, how are you going to tell me my life is not crazy?
Well, I mean, your life is good.
I didn't say it was not good. My life is good. But that don't mean it's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's not busy. I don't think I've had a day where I said, I have nothing to do today. I'm thinking, when's the last time you felt that way? Like, I should clarify that. When I say I have nothing to do today, it doesn't necessarily mean that. Of course, there are days where I don't have errands to run or things to buy or places to go or people to see. But you always feel like you have a to-do list.
Yeah.
And I am a to-do list I function off of a list. I wake up in the morning and I make a list every day. And I just can't remember the last time I didn't have a to-do list.
I wake up in the morning and I follow my passions.
So holy.
I do. I try to make lists. I never get through them. But whatever I'm passionate about, focusing. It's probably bad. Yeah.
The first thing that came to mind when you said that, I focus on my passions, whatever I'm passionate about that day. And the first thing that comes to mind is...
being caught up on what's happening in the world.
Are you passionate about that today? No, but yes, as far as starting a church, sorry, my mind is in 50 different places and it's a little hard to narrow it down. And then you're worried about how somebody's going to view my opinion of this because
Don't worry about what they're going to view.
we're having service this Sunday and the normal part of me is like, oh my gosh, who's going to show up? Is this going to be great? And the other part of me is like, I'm hoping to offer something to the community that we need as a community. And I'm hoping that we can be a light. Just be a light where we're at. Offer people Jesus. So as it pertains, I guess, to us actually starting a church, I feel surrendered.
You feel like whatever the Lord is having us to do,
Whatever the Lord has us to do, I am, and I won't say I'm willing to do it, I'm going to do it.
yeah, you know,
Because you can be willing. I've seen people when they're willing to do stuff and you don't always do it with a good attitude and you don't always do it well. So I don't ever want to say I'm willing to do something. I am going to do it. And I want to do it with excellence and with my whole heart. And I say surrendered because it's not my idea.
it's not your idea.
This is not what I would do with my life and my time.
And I think that's what some people kind of like miss.
It's a
You
misconception.
know, yeah, that it's like, oh, they finally arrived. You know?
No, I'm finally willing to die.
Yes. Yeah, it's like you have these moments where you're honored or you are given more responsibility
Sure.
or you're entrusted with the lives of people in any capacity, whether that's a business owner, church planner, pastor, taking on a position of any form of fashion where you are responsible for people. It can feel like a
Maybe
great honor.
authority.
And I think it is a great honor, but I don't think that the feeling is what you think. Is that like,
It's the best day of my life.
yeah,
Like a
more
job
like-
promotion.
It's more like I'm doing what God told me to do.
I think that's how it is for us. I don't necessarily know if that's the case for everybody who takes a church or chooses to pastor.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's everybody's case. I just know that that's our feeling
Yeah.
and our story.
Yeah. I think for us, it's like we probably would rather travel the world and run a couple businesses remotely and live the best life and
This is the best life.
do all the things, right? This is the best life. But I'm saying in our own humanity, there is an element that I think is always going to be a not my will, your will be done when it's right. When it's the Lord, when God is in it, it's going to feel like not my will. And I think the problem is a lot of people go into ministry and they think they want the will of the Lord, but they really want their will. They're really like caught into it. And I really want God's will to be this. But when you want God's will to be something, you're really saying, I want God's will to be my will. I think that there's an element where it's like, it really is a not my will, your will be done. And it's also a trust in the Lord because,
I trust in God,
yep.
my Savior.
Now, they would think that that's what I would do because I'm the musician. But you see how you just kind of broke out in song there?
I typically like to break out in song.
I think ultimately it's God's will is what I'm trying to say. And we know, as smart as we think we are,
Well, we don't know
we
what's best
know that God knows what's best
for
for
us.
us.
Absolutely. He's proven that
And we know that it's,
time and time again.
yeah, and we know that it's better to be in his will than to be in our will.
Yes. I mean, look at where his will has brought us.
And I think for me, and I think you would probably say the same thing, it's an act of love,
What's an act of love?
surrendering to God's will, planting this church. Like I am doing it because I love him.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
I
like-
thought you meant act of love to the people. I was
No,
like, well, I don't know about that.
No,
Although the Bible says,
love God, love people, and you should.
no. I love people. I was thinking about laying down your life for
Or
friends.
laying down your life for. To me, is that what I think I feel. If somebody would ask me, like, how do you feel about this? I think the way I feel about this is I am so in love with him that I will do whatever he asks me to do. That's why I'm doing it.
Yes, it sounds so bad because it's like, well, I hope no one asks me that, honestly, because it's kind of like, even with, yes, you love the Lord, you love him, you want to serve him, but it's almost like when you're married, and it's like, when you're married, do I love to cook? No, I don't love cooking.
Right.
Will I cook? Absolutely. And most times I try, it's like a goal of mine to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
And that way, by the time I get to Friday, like I'm not cooking the whole weekend or Friday, and it's like our time off because we have so many leftovers.
She's been doing an amazing job with that. I want everybody to know.
Thank you. So it's like, it's my goal to please my family and to see you guys happy and to know that I also feel like that's my part and that's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
But do I desire to wake up and make breakfast, lunch, and dinner? No, there's nothing in me. I would desire for someone to do that for me. But
To pay somebody to do that.
I would desire to pay somebody to have
And I
them.
desire to pay somebody to do that for you.
And see, that's so great about you.
Yeah.
It's so good to me.
It's just that we're becoming church planners, though.
Help me, Holly. You see the sacrifice, Jesus. I can't ever have nobody come for me.
Oh, that's not necessarily true. We just,
Well, that's not the point, whether somebody can ever cook for me or not, which would be amazing.
The point is the number one motivation is an act of love. And I would say the second motivation is truly the impact that you see in people's lives, the transformation. There's
Yeah.
nothing powerful than
Nothing more powerful
than seeing the transformations
happen
happen
in people's
in
lives.
people's lives.
And the small part that you literally play
the
in
small
it.
part.
And it's like, oh man, and you don't even realize how much of a part you're playing until you start seeing the changes or things that are being implemented.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, they heard me. Oh my gosh, they're
They're
listening.
Oh my gosh. This thing really works. Like if you teach the Bible and you share with them, then people get it and then their lives are changed. And then God blesses and you get to watch the whole thing.
That happen.
Yeah.
But It's not to say we've been in ministry for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
It's not to say you've not discipled people or been a leader to people, but this is maybe to a different degree. And what we're finding is literally from start to finish in a different capacity in people's lives.
Yeah.
And so I would say so far in our journey of pastoring, I think that with the differences is we're involved in people's lives at a different capacity.
Yeah.
It's one thing to be like, hey, brother, sister, and it's another thing to be leading someone. And
Yeah.
so I think I would ask people to, like, if they ask you, how do you like pastoring, or what do you think about starting this church? Just don't be shocked if we're not like, oh my God, I'm so excited. This is amazing. This is going to be great. Yes. Like, don't judge us. That's not how we feel.
Yeah.
I don't think that's real for us.
Yeah, and I
I
don't-
cannot speak for other
No,
people
no.
because everybody's experience and what led them to be doing what they're doing is different. Ultimately, I pray it's all the Lord.
Yeah, and I think there are moments that are exciting, right? It's exciting, I think, to share with people the journey. And there are moments where you're like, okay, all right. So, like, because it's something new, and everything that is new, there's something great about newness. So I don't want people to think that, man, this thing is for the, like,
This is a drag.
but I think the real true perspective is it's a sobering thing. It's a passion that the Lord gave you, not a passion that came from your own humanity, personality, way that you particularly function. It's like when the Bible says that God will give you the desires of your heart. It's like He is actually transforming the desires of our heart to go from very business owner. Well, like you said, we've always been in ministry, but now this is kind of a different level of ministry in which we are responsible for the souls of people. And so it's a little different of a dynamic.
That's a little heavy.
Saying that like that is responsible.
No, I'm just thinking that's heavy. It's heavy to know that you're responsible, but you think about it and it's like, aren't we all to some degree? And that's where I think the perspective changes a little bit, because as a leader, you feel like I'm leading people. I'm also responsible to some degree.
Mhm.
But I think as you're pastoring someone, you are responsible for them.
Yeah.
And it just, you play a part in somebody's life. You're responsible for their soul. You're responsible to follow up, check up, and all the things. And that's what I'm saying is a little heavy.
Yeah, and it can be heavy because it does require God's hand and God's grace, and it requires you to be in the will of God. And I think that we are in God's will. We've had confirmations and signs and wonders and miracles and moments that have been undeniable, which is what makes you walk in confidence about what you're doing.
That's very
But
true.
the confidence is based off of the Lord and knowing that He's ordering your steps. But it really is a changing of the desires of your heart, because there's a big world out there and there's a lot to see and a lot to do and a lot that sometimes you want to discover and you want to embark on, and then you feel like God is like narrowing your path to focus in this particular area in this season of your life, and you're like, okay, all right, let's do it. I love you. I love the people that you set, and it's great. So I don't know. You know what I want to do? I want to go back to this video 5 years from now.
Great, because we're just starting out.
We're just
well,
starting
we
out.
haven't even had our first service.
We haven't even had a first service. So our first service is this Sunday. So we don't know what to expect. Thankfully, we have a great pastor and a great church that's really supporting us. So we know that people will come and support. Thankfully, it won't be, just like us walking
The
into
three of us?
the three of us.
Oh my gosh. That'd be
Because we've
dreadful.
been on this wonderful journey. But I think
We have a team of people surrounding us.
yeah.
One, there's no way we could do this alone. And two, we're not. So there's strength in numbers. And I agree with you. It'll be super cool to come back 5 years from now and look at this video and laugh at ourselves.
And laugh
How
at
much
ourselves, say,
we did not know.
how much we did not know, how immature we might have sounded.
Oh, how some
how much
pastor
we-
40 years is like, they have no idea, young lad.
Yeah, how much we've grown. I wonder if we'll come back and be like, yeah, this was a bad idea. Or if we'll come back and say, oh, I don't know how you would respond to a video like, hey, we're about to launch a church and that church is going to be launched soon.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really said anything that's crazy, because we've literally just said, to sum it all up,
Yeah.
we're going into this sober.
Yeah.
We're going into it with help. We're going into it because the Lord has thrusted us there.
Yeah.
And we are responding to his calling, and we are surrendered to him. And we hope to do this with excellence and with our best.
Yeah.
I think that's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying.
That's what we're saying. So to hold ourselves, what do we hope? What do you hope for this first service?
I hope that we meet new people. I hope that we meet new guests and visitors. There's some people that we've been working on, and there's some people that are in our proximity. I'm just hoping that we meet new people.
I'm hoping that we have guests from our community there, and I hope that we can make connections.
Yeah.
I do know enough. I don't know if you remember this from years ago when we talked about guest retention, retaining people that come. If you did have, let's say, 100 people show up, could you retain all, or be even equipped to retain that many people? Get them discipled, get them hooked up, get them friended, get them Bible studies. We couldn't. We're not in a place for that right now. So I'm not hoping for that.
Yeah.
But you know how we felt so far when one guest walks through the door. You're like, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm not doing this for just us church people. Oh, thank you, God. Because we're not doing this for another service for the saints. It's really for the people who need the Lord. Well, we all need him, but don't know him. That this is their first opportunity to feel the presence of God in their heart. And then when that person walks through the door, you're like, oh yeah, it's go time. Like, come on, Lord. Now you can show up and show out.
It's like the most exciting thing. Okay, so we can talk about Thursday. I think we started Thursday with like 4 people. And it was like 7:05, and there was like nobody in the room. And it's not about the numbers.
No, it's about all of us.
About
for the grammar, for the people. We are starting a church, but we already have a preaching point, and that preaching point or connection point or work or however you want to clarify, we have work that we've been doing already for 2 years. And in that work, we have a support. We have a team of people coming. We're all one team, and we come and we are planting and doing a work in Walkersville.
Yep. In the Ville.
In the Ville is what they call it. In the Ville, we have help from Imesville. And so when we say it's like 4 or 10 of us, that just means that we're all leaders who are starting this work. So we're not saying it's like 10 people, guests who are new to the church.
Yeah. It's like 4 seasoned pillar saints. But the point that we were trying to make, now that we preface all of that, was when you have that one guest or that one individual that you've been working on, that you've been seeing progress in their lives as they grow and develop and learn more, that's the reason. That's what motivates you. Like, okay, like you said, it's go time. All right, when it's just us, it's like, all right, let's kind of get through the service and make the
if
check.
you are currently going to church and you feel like it's just another service, I'm here because I have to be here. I'm here to check a box. You might need to be serving. You might need to find yourself at one of these locations or somewhere serving somebody so that you are now giving instead of coming to receive.
Yeah.
That's just a little plug.
Little plug.
So a little plug to pray about that.
I think what we're basically saying was it's the transformational experiences that people have that know nothing, that come in with just a desire and a heart for God, a desire to learn his word. And that person, when you see that light bulb go off in that person's, like, you can see it in their eyes that they're getting it. It makes everything worth it. Yeah, I think we'll look back at this and laugh at each other. Hopefully we're skinnier. Hopefully I'm skinnier. Hopefully I'm more healthy or more fit.
That has nothing to do with this video.
It doesn't, but, it will be a look back video. Neither does those candies.
I figured as random as you want to be, I'm just as random. Oh my gosh, look at how many of these I ate since this road trip. Terrible. Well, is that all we have to say?
I think so. I think that we kind of covered a couple of different things. Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
I love Ethan Titus. And I'm thankful that he is on this journey with us and that we have his full support.
Okay, we went 24 minutes.
There's no way Chris and I can do this by ourselves. One, because Ethan sets up a lot of the tech stuff. Who knew a 14-year-old would be so smart at it?
And we have an amazing team right now. I mean, our son is absolutely amazing. We're thankful for him. We are truly thankful for him. He scooters to church, which I'm excited about. There is this clip on Instagram, and I was scootering before this clip, but if you ever see this clip, I am that guy. This guy is hilarious. He is in a full-on suit on a scooter preaching the gospel. That is me in Walkersville.
That's crazy.
Did you see that clip?
No.
You didn't see the clip of the
No,
guy?
I don't need to.
Oh my goodness, you do need to see the no.
Bye, guys. It was lovely.
No, I don't want to end it. I want to show you the clip, and then I want to chime it in. I'm going to add it in.
Oh my gosh, you're a whole man.
It is connecting to my thing. Check this. Check your boy.
His name is Jesus.
Look at this boy. Look at this boy. Look at this boy.
His name is Jesus. I cannot wait. I'm going to make another video of myself right next to this guy doing the same thing. His name is Jesus.